primary schools children in Jamaica preparing for primary championship. I'm not here referring to the Issa Grace Kennedy High School Boys and Girls Championship. I am talking about children that are under the age of 12. Those children preparing for their own championships train harder, longer, and with more intensity than any West Indies cricket team. Hello everyone, welcome to the #1 cricket channel in the Caribbean. I thank you for being here as usual. I appreciate your company and I look forward to your intelligent reactions. Please scan the QR code and check out COOFANDY. The shirt I'm wearing today is a design from COOFANDY. You can get yours too by just scanning the QR code or click the link in the video descriptions. I have seen where the video that I've done Monday, that a number of past West Indies players and other pundits have came out and have more or less agreed with the things that I had said Monday. As human beings, they are not going to say it verbatim as I did, but in their own way, they more or less agree with the things that I was saying on Monday in that video. So there's no need for me to go over that. You can listen to the video for yourself. But no less a person than Brian Lara agree with what I was saying. Michael Olding also agreed with what I was saying. Now, Michael Olding said something that I found very fair and rational. Michael Olding talked about balance. He did not elaborate or give much more information, but he did talk about players balancing, representing the West Indies, and earning as much as possible in the T20 franchise circuit throughout the world. And that is something I think that is very easy to be done. And I don't know why it is taking Cricket West Indies so long to do it. Or is it that they don't know how to do a simple job? You'd have heard it yourself. My grandmother, she used to tell me that too much ratter can't dig one good hole, or too many chefs spoil the broth. Is that a case of Cricket West Indies, that there are too many jobs that are overlapped and there are too many persons to be consulted before one decision is made? That in the end, they end up conflating the issue. And even a simple thing like balancing the structure of players always being available for West Indies and not dictating to West Indies. Why is it that the administration cannot take back the power away from the players when it is so simple and straightforward? It doesn't matter what you heard them say, or you heard the agents say, or you heard some cowards and some persons who don't really understand the structure of T20 cricket franchise over the world. don't be fooled. From most of these leagues, only a few players are making some money. I know for a fact where it costs one player, costs them to play in a T20 franchise tournament. So it's a bravado. It's fabricating the true impact that T20 franchise cricket have on the majority of the player status. Right here, right now, except for Nicholas Pooran, and of course Shimron Etmire, he may be too proud to accept it. But every single other West Indies cricketer right now would bite off the hand of Darren Sammy for him to recommend them to get a retainer contract for the West Indies. Despite all the bravado that you hear from them, all of them right now, right here, except for those two, will gladly and happily accept a West Indies retainer contract. Because they finally realize that West Indies cricket is really the place where they can make a sustainable living. Yes, you're playing the IPL, you're playing 2 or 3 other leagues, you will get some substantial amount of money. But West Indies cricketers do not have the quality to command high figure in T20 franchise cricket. Why then? Why then Deandra Dottin is earning more money than Shafane Rutherford, Shea Hope, Rovman Powell by playing in the IPL? Why? Because she has quality. So West Indies cricket, I said all of that to say that West Indies cricket have the power to demand from the players much more. And the balance that Michael Olden is referring to, and I'm just, this is me now. This is me. I don't see why a player cannot play IPL, say the SAT20 and the CPL, and spend the rest of the time with their family and loved ones and representing the West Indies. You know why? They don't have the quality. They are not good enough to command a place in IPL. And when they do, they get chicken feed money. So they have to be running up and down all over the world, collecting 5,000 a year, 10,000 a year, 6,000 a year, playing franchise cricket and giving the impression that they can do without West Indies cricket, that they are not desperate for West Indies cricket. And the administrators of West Indies cricket, they know these things. So why is it that they are not stamping out player power? So all in all, I'm happy to see that players, past players, journalists, and the wide acceptance of the things I said on Monday, the general acceptance of it, and I appreciate it. One man, though, I know didn't accept it. And he doubled down. He doubled down. Darren Sammy doubled down and saying that the team lacks financial support. The same Darren Sammy who said that they were given everything that they need and the preparation went well. And Darren Sammy is basically painting a picture that give us more money and we'll start winning matches. He never said that. But the impression that one is getting is that more money will let this team start winning matches. As I said on Monday, I don't agree with that. While I think that infrastructure development and financial support are key, they are not the top priority why the team is not performing. If Darren Sammy believes that paying the players more will let them perform better, then I think Alex Marshall need to have a meeting with them immediately. Yes, if paying the team more will let them start performing better, Alex Marshall need to have a meeting with them immediately. The next thing that Darren Sammy is doing by saying that is that he's providing an excuse for the players to fail. How are you going to motivate the players when you say to them and you say to the public, the world, West Indies players are not being paid enough, that's why we are losing? How are you going to motivate them after saying that to the world, Darren Sammy? Tell me. Tell me how you're going to motivate them. The players are just going to say, oh, Lord. I wonder if you were hearing me all along. Were you hearing me all along? I don't know if you were hearing me all along. Were you hearing me all along? Please, I'm asking you if you were hearing me all along, because I just checked my mic and realized that there was probably a challenge there. Usually, if you weren't hearing me, I would have seen in the comment section already. Could somebody say whether you have been hearing me all along? For I would hate to have to start over. Please, Athena, someone can tell me if you have been hearing me all along. I'm just checking there. Have I been there? Thank you, Mr. Casanova. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I will continue. So I was with Darren Sammy, and I was saying that if by paying the players more, they will simply start performing better, then Alex Marshall needs to have a meeting with them. Second, by providing an excuse for the players to fail, how do you motivate them? When they simply will have an excuse and say the reason why we are failing is because we are not being paid enough. The third thing that Darren Sammy is doing by making those comments is that I am now convinced, like 95% of you who responded to the poll, was it Tuesday or Monday? 95% of you who responded to the poll said that the job was too big for Darren Sammy. And you are right. When Darren Sammy as the coach is coming forward and giving the team an excuse to fail and is finding an excuse for his failures, it shows then that Darren Sammy is out of his depth. Clearly out of his depth. The next thing I have to say to Darren Sammy, the fourth thing, is that if he thinks that money is the number one challenge facing West Indies cricket today, come here and prove it. Come here and let us have a discussion and let us interrogate the matter. If you are so convinced that that is the top priority, the top challenge in West Indies cricket today, come here, Darren Sammy. Come right here. But you won't come. You won't come. You'll prefer to run off in England to bat some lollipop from a YouTube channel or someone else. But you will never come here because you weren't such a good batsman. Well, you weren't a good batsman, you know, Darren Sammy. You hit away a few balls. So you can't bat these bouncers and these Yorkers. But if you think, if you convince Darren Sammy, and I know you're listening. If you are not listening, your agents are listening and they are going to tell you what I said. So Darren Sammy, if you believe that money is the number one challenge facing West Indies cricket today, come here and prove it. Come here and prove it, Darren Sammy. Now there's a poll, as you will see. And that poll, I'm asking if you believe that if the West Indies players get $1 million per year to represent the West Indies, if we will suddenly see a change in their performances. 65% of you said never. 35% said yes, there will be a change in their performances. So 35% of you agree with Darren Sammy. And that's your own opinion. I don't know how much you gaps these things, but it's your own opinion and I can't fight you down for that. But I'll repeat the point again, the first point that I made. If that will bring about a change in performances, doesn't Alex Marshall needs to have a word with them? Doesn't he needs to have a word with them? And for those of you who think that if we pay them more, we will suddenly see a change in performances. Where is the money coming from to pay them? Where is that money coming from to pay them? Can you tell me where that money is coming from? Not because that you see on the thumbnail money falling from the sky. The days when manna used to fall from heaven are long gone. So don't be fooled by the thumbnail where you see money falling from the sky and you think that there's money to pay these underperforming players. I think that the 35% of you who said pay them more and they will perform better, you don't see the link between performance and pay. You don't see the link between the quality of the product and the price that you can get for it. There's a link. There's a link. You cannot be selling a poor product and expect more money. Do you think that a man who has a milk factory and is competing against other milk factories and he's paying his workers, I'm just calling a figure here, $1,000 per week to produce 10,000 milks. Just calling figures at random, raw numbers. So he's paying his workers $1,000 US. I just say $1,000. The denomination doesn't matter because we are just trying to work this thing out. So he's paying his workers $1,000 per week to produce 10,000 milk. But yet still the other factory down the road that he's competing with is producing 100,000 milk per week. Then that man is now in a position to pay his workers more. But if you're only producing 10,000 tins of milks per week, you can't expect to get the same pay that the man down the road who's producing 100,000 tins of milk per year. West Indies batsmen are averaging 15 plus since the start of the year, the lowest in cricket. And you are going to reward that by paying them more, and you think that by paying more their performance will change? It will not. But if you think so, I also think that Alex Marshall should have a word with them. I really think that the 35% of you who are saying that they should be paid more never owned or manage a business. Never. And that's why you do not understand the relationship between production and salary. The third thing that I want to ask those of you who are saying paying them more, would you pay $100 US to watch a West Indies match? Would you? And if you are not going to pay that, and are you willing to go, because the money has to come from somewhere. The money has to come from somewhere. If you pay, so if West Indies start charging $100 US to watch a match, would you pay it and go and watch it, and would you fill up the stadium? You know, are these gentlemen producing the quality for you to pay $100 US and go and watch them? Persons pay more than that to go and watch Vice Cartel. There are many entertainers in the world that persons pay more than that to go and watch them. Are West Indies cricketers producing the quality, the level of entertainment and excitement for you to pay $100 to go and watch them? So why do you think that these guys deserve $1 million US per year? $1 million. Why? So you have to tell me why. The 35% of you who voted, tell me why you think that they should. Why you think that they should. I've said my bit on that. As you know, I've said most of it already on Monday. I'm just reacting to what, because the coach is doubling down. He's doubling down that yes, more money will make the players play better. And I disagree. I disagree that that's not okay. I disagree. But I say to the players, and I say to Darren Sammy, is it they don't know? Is it that the West Indies players and the West Indies coach don't know that they can earn more money by just start winning some test series? Because that's in their contract, you know. There's a bonus for the team when they win a test series. They don't know that? So that's the first step. Produce and you earn more. When the West Indies team win a test series, the players get a bonus. So do that. Win some test series and start collecting the bonus. And you know what about that bonus, Sammy? The more you win, is the more that bonus is going to increase. Because what? You will get more sponsors to come on board. And the more sponsors come on board, the more money. But no one is going to sponsor. I shouldn't say no one, because they do have sponsors. But persons are not lining up to sponsor the West Indies team. And what we are getting as sponsorship is chicken feed to what the other test teams are getting. Chicken feed. And that is because of the quality of our product. So you can't ask for more money until you improve the quality of the product. And take a page out of primary school children, primary school under 12 children in Jamaica training for their championships. They don't start training as yet because their championship comes around sometime, I think in April, May. So they don't start. But take a page out of those children books when they start training. At least, and that is at least the West Indies cricket team can do for us. Now, yesterday, the squads for Bangladesh were announced. By and large, I really don't have any issues with the squads that were announced. Shea as captain, Alec Atanez, Akeem Agosti, Jedediah Blades, Casey Carty, Ruston Chase, Justin Greaves, Amir Jangu, Shamar Joseph, Brandon King, Budakesh Moti, Carrie Pierce, Shafane Rutherford, Jaden Seals, and Romario Shepherd are the 15 players named to the ODI squad for the Bangladesh series. I am disappointed that Navin Bidassi was not included ahead of Romario Shepherd. I would not have picked Romario Shepherd in my squad. I don't see Romario Shepherd adding any value to this team. I do not trust him with the ball. Yes, I do not trust him with the ball. And I cannot tell the last time, no, not the last time, but his contribution with the bat is too inconsistent for me to include him in my squad. Yes, he will play these explosive innings here and there, but I have Justin Greaves to bowl some medium pace, Jedediah Blades, Shamar Joseph, and Jaden Seals, and it's only a 3-match series. I would have preferred to go on with the right arm leg spinner. Now we have 2 left arm orthodox spinner in Budakesh Moti and Carrie Pierce, but I also know, yes, I know that a good leg spinner is a real threat in any cricket. And I'm not here making the point that Navin Bidassi reached that level as yet. What we saw in the matches against Nepal, he was pitching. He was more consistent than Hayden Walsh, who we have taken around for years. And so I think that I would have given Navin Bidassi the opportunity for both teams. So looking at that 15, you can always find a name that you would like to be in it, but then I think that this 15, with the exception of Romario Shepherd, I do not have an issue with it. I would have preferred to see Navin Bidassi in it. When it comes to the T20 squad, Shea is the captain, Alec Atanez, Akeem Agusti, Raston Chase, Jason Older, Akil Hussein, Ravman Powell, Amir Django, Shamar Joseph, Brandon King, Budakesh Moti, Raman Simmons, Shafane Rutherford, Jaden Seals, and Romario Shepherd. As far as this squad go again, I will make the same point that I made. I have no place in this team for Romario Shepherd. I will not go with Romario Shepherd. Once again, I would have gone with Navin Bedassi. And for the same reasons. I'm also very happy that Shimran, let me put it back up. I'm also very happy that Shimran Etmire is not in this squad. Like Romario Shepherd, I think West Indies cricket need to move on now beyond those two. Shimran Etmire have disrespected West Indies cricket often enough. And I think that it's time for West Indies cricket has expired. I'm not saying the same thing about Romario Shepherd, because if he earns back my confidence, I will include him back in the team. But in the case of Shimran Etmire, there's no way he can earn back my confidence. And it's time for West Indies cricket has expired. Earlier this year, or it was last year, when West Indies was playing against England in a white ball series, Joel Andrew was sitting on the bench. And a number of us said then, why is Joel Andrew sitting on the bench instead of playing regional 50 over cricket, the tournament that was still going on parallel with the England tour? And as usual, his supporters, his countrymen, they came at us who believe that he should not be there and should be playing 50 over cricket. Those of us believe that he was being rushed and they were carrying the young man down the wrong pathway. There were persons who even went as far as saying that they are destroying the young man. I never said that, but there are persons who went as far as said that they are destroying the young man. But there was a pushback from his countrymen. There's a pushback from persons in his region, because it is symptomatic of us, and not really me, but it is symptomatic that you just think that a player, once he plays a few strokes, he should be in the West Indies team. And I always said, I wish the young man well. I still wish him well. He's a young man that we used to message each other on Instagram. From the time I said that he should not be in the West Indies team, he should be playing Super 50, he has not messaged me since. But I still wish him well. I'm more mature. I don't engage in those things. I understand he's a young man, so you can understand that reaction, youthful exuberance. But I wish him well. But where is he now? Where is Joel Andrew now? And I pray and I hope that he comes back and comes back stronger. I really pray and hope that this young man comes back and comes back stronger, because he has the potential to be a very good batsman. He has that potential. He's one of them who needs to probably copy a page out of the primary school children training schedule and regime. But he has the potential. Where is he now? We have to be very careful how we we rush our cricketers because they shape good in your eyesight. Like the gentleman who said that Akeem Agusti faces 7 deliveries and looks good. You know, that sort of mentality is for the bar. It's for the bar. It's not for the international community to absorb. That's not, so we have to be very careful how we do that. And I really hope the young man come back very well. But where is he now? Where is he now? Finally, before I come to your comment this morning, is that, was it yesterday or the day before? I saw a release from Cricket West Indies talking about coaching development. And I said, what the heck? What's going on? So let me read the release in part for you. That release from Cricket West Indies, I'm reading it in part. In keeping with its strategic approach to train and develop an adequate, high-quality coaching pool throughout the region, Cricket West Indies has resumed. Mark that word. I don't know how many of you know about it, but when I saw this release, it's the first time I'm seeing it. Absolute first time I'm seeing it. Has resumed its second round. That means there was a first round of foundation level and refresher cricket coaching course in the Leeward Islands and St. Vincent in anticipation of the restart of primary schools and community-based grassroots cricket programs. Well, that is good. Well, I hope Cricket West Indies is not only anticipating the restart, but are actually putting measures in place to implement the restart. So I hope that this is something that has gone more than beyond anticipation, and that there are actually plans being implemented as we speak to get back primary school cricket going again. But it struck me that it said resume the second round. I have been asking around, and no one who have asked were aware that there was a first round or this program even was happening. I am not bashing the program, but it again shows that Cricket West Indies is operating in an exclusive manner. They're operating exclusively because it clearly appears that only a few persons know, and this media release only comes out at the end when the program is ending. So that's when this media release come out. It continues by saying, Antigua and Barbuda. So this is where the program is presently. Well, Antigua and Barbuda gone from last week, Thursday. Yes, so that was last week, Thursday. And when I said the email came out, let me check to see if I can find when that email came out. I want to find the date of the email. Well, that email came out on October 7th. October 7th, that email came out. So, and they are telling us about something that started on October 2nd. So on the 7th of October, they are telling us about a training course that started on October 2nd. So on October 2nd, they were at Coolidge in Antigua and said the remaining sessions are with the remaining session schedule slated to start Sunday, October 5th in Montserrat. So that gone already before the release came out. And on the day of the release, Tuesday, October 7th, they're in British and US Virgin Islands. Now, tomorrow, Friday, October 10th, if you're in St. Martin and Anguilla, you will have an opportunity to join them. So if you are in St. Martin or Anguilla, you have an opportunity to join them. I don't know the process. I guess you call your cricket board, because that wasn't stated in the release how you became a part of it. It's just what I said as the exclusive nature that Cricket West Indies operate by. There's no details of someone who want to participate in this program, how they become a part of it. If he had said primary school, I could have understand, because they would have probably communicated with the primary schools. But the release also said community base. So how do you reach out to the community base? I don't know. And I'm just assuming these things because it's the first time I'm seeing it. So if somebody is in St. Martin or Anguilla and want to go tomorrow, how do they go? And concluding on Thursday, October 30th in St. Vincent, at least you have a little more time. Those of you who live in St. Vincent has a little more time. But according to them, previously, the foundation level and refresher course were successfully hosted in their terms. Success, you have to wonder what they mean by success. How many persons pass? Can they tell us? How many persons attain 90% or 95%? Or is success means that majority of them get 50 and 60%, so you call that success? So what's the metric that was used to determine success? What's the metric? Tell us what instrument was used to measure success. What are you referring to as success? Those are the things that we want to ask. But these courses were successfully hosted in Dominica, Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, Grenada, inclusion of Caracou, Jamaica, and Barbados, with over 150 participants. I don't know about the Jamaican course. They probably hid it from me, because if I know when they were in Jamaica, definitely I'd have to go with at least one camera to see what they're doing. Maybe they would chase me away, but I'm sure all of you would have loved to see what they're doing in these courses. So I don't know. I honestly don't know, but I think that is something that the people of the Caribbean should have known. Cricket West Indies definitely needs to be more inclusive and be less exclusive. I definitely think so. And I really think this was a blot. As I use the word blot, I realized that Darren Sammy stopped talking about but I've now moved to rot. So it's very, very, very interesting. Very interesting. Good morning, Jabor Sumal. That Instagram post, that clip of Michael Holding that you make, saying about this money has been robbed. And not robbed, you never use the word rob, you say siphoned off. So the money has been siphoned off, and the sponsor's name have not been spelled correctly. Do you have a date on it? Because it's the first I'm seeing it. I don't know if it was from 1 week ago, 1 month ago, 1 year ago, 10 years ago. So I don't know how to relate to it. But it's very interesting that Michael Holding was saying that money has been siphoned off, and those money could be used to pay the players better. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Play for the love of the game and money will come. Top of the morning to you, Mr. Casanova. Mr. Casanova said they could all get $1 billion each, but without training hard, they would still be at the bottom complaining they need more money. Absolutely. Garth Williams said that he honestly thinks that if you pay people better, you will see better performance. There's no empirical data to suggest that Garth Williams, but if you have a research that was done on that, please forward it. Big up to my good friend TV and Cricket Power Play. I appreciate you much, my friend, and looking forward to see you next week, Wednesday. You know, next week, Wednesday, TV and Cricket Power Play will be in Jamaica, and we'll be streaming live on both channels, both TV and Cricket Power Play and the Cricket Forum. We'll be streaming live some over 70 matches. Yes, over 70 cricket matches. Yeah, we'll be streaming it live. There'll be 3 matches, one next week Wednesday, one next week Friday, and the third and final one will be on the 20th of October. So the 15th, 17th, and 20th, we'll be streaming 3 matches live on both TV and Cricket Power Play and on the Cricket Forum. So join us then for those 3 live stream on those matches. You know, sometime towards the end of October, I think the 23rd of October, I'll be producing a school challenge quiz. I'll be producing it. And I should put up a poll and ask you if I could stream it on this channel. You know, this channel is a cricket channel, and I have to ask you permission. So sometime remind me to put up the poll to ask your permission to see what the rest of you of the community believe, your perspective. If I could stream a school challenge quiz match on this community and you won't have an issue with it. Yes, Chadway, thank you very much. Please hit the like button, as Chadway said. Thank you all of you were saying that you were hearing me loud and clear. I realized there were some issues with the mic, but apparently I love this new software. It's a bit more expensive than the last one, but apparently it corrected the issue. You always max out what is your control first pointing to somebody else to do something for you. You always max out what is in your control first before pointing to somebody else to do something for you, said Will Simmons. If Will Simmons never talked sense on this channel yet, you need to frame that first sentence, because what a brilliant point you're making. You always max out. That means you always push yourself beyond the limit before you ask for help. You always try to solve your problem first before finding excuses not to solve them. Wilson, man, big up, big up. And I am seeing, ever since Monday, I'm seeing some very, very, very high quality comments. I'm telling you the truth. Our players are not maxing out their efforts, their training, and their mindset. Big up TV and Cricket Power Play. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Good morning, Athena. Sammy's using his brain and the Caribbean people. His excuses is because he's failing miserable. And when the second part, I totally agree with you. His excuses are showing up because he's failing miserable. And 95% of the persons who responded to the poll clearly said that he's out of his depth. We have to get rid of Sammy, you know, at least from the test team. He could stay on the white ball team for a while, but he must. This must be his last series as West Indies test coach. Must be. Now, on the first part of your comment, Wayne Taladakov. My grandmother, a long time ago, she said to me, 50% of what you are talking is foolishness. And you must realize that the persons who you are talking to are more intelligent than you. So we handcuff. That's what Sammy don't realize. That Sammy don't realize that together we are more intelligent than him, and realize that, and he doesn't realize that we know that he's spewing garbage. You know? he doesn't realize. So he's trying to use his brain. But in trying to use his brain, his audience realize that this man is spewing garbage. Blessed morning to you, Philip Bain. Carrie said, 35% said yes. Too much of our support are based, and swift-minded. Good morning, good morning. It's not so much money in itself, but it would need to be financial incentive based on performances. So that maybe the 1 million per year can be based on reaching a certain standard of performance. But as I said, Wilsonmans, there is a bonus for the team when they win a match. And how much is a West Indies player earning per year right now? How much? You know, if you calculate everything, you know, most of them are earning more than $500,000 a year now, if you calculate everything. Most of them are earning. So they are earning a good penny. They are good penny. They are good penny. That is true. You cannot buy intrinsic motivation. There's no way you can buy intrinsic motivation. Lyndon Ballers is saying, how come when we were the greatest cricket force on the planet, the players were already paid anything of any substance? I think that's a different conversation. I don't know if you have another part to that, but that's a different conversation. It's a different time. The game has evolved. I don't know. I think you may have another part to that, but I don't know what it is, and I don't want to preempt, because a number of times I came to my own conclusion by inferring, and then the person said that's not what they mean, you know. But it's really, that was a different time, Ballers, and the thing has evolved then, you know. But somehow I just think that you do. Whether or not the performance will be better, I wonder how many of those who are now unavailable will be readily available, said Philip Baines. It's left to be seen. Corey said, Holland, Scotland, Ireland, Nepal beating us. I guess they're getting more money than us. Well, I made that point on Monday, Caris, you know, and I don't really want to go over the things that I made on Monday. Good morning, Sheldon. Good to have you here. I see you here. Beth, could you try? I don't know if it is possible, Beth. But Beth, I'm please asking you to try. Try for me, Beth, and send me an email. I would love to interview that young man, even for 10 minutes. Even for 10 minutes. For him just to talk about his experience, you know, Beth. So if it is possible, any at all, Beth, I would love for you to try. But as I said, Beth, the incentive is there for good performance. You see, what you don't want to do, you know, Beth, because you have to understand these guys. You see, individual performances, Beth. If you say that a bowler take 5 wickets and you give them $5,000 for it, you see, if he gets 4 wickets, them can't take him off, you know. Because the whole team are going to say, let the man get the $5,000, we all get something out of it. So I don't believe in individual incentives. I believe in team incentives, and you get them playing more as a collective. And it is there. It is there. The team incentive is there, that if the team win a test series, they get money. It was not and never will be about the money. Go watch Fire in Babylon. Thank you, Sheldon. Thank you. Very good. I love this and I love that. He said, a rich donkey. Athena said it. Absolutely. A rich donkey in a horse race is still only a rich donkey. Well said. You don't pay and beg for performances. You recognize performances and then pay. Brilliant. Oh, want to come from this morning, man. Boy, I want to go this morning, man. Oh, my Lord. You don't pay and beg for performance. You recognize performances, then you pay. Oh my Lord. As a true West Indians fan, if I live where they're playing, I would pay anything, said Garth Williams. Whoa, okay. You are one of the 35, but you're in the minority, so it's okay. You know? Big up Sheldon is good here. Sheldon is here. West Indies have the skill, but will not risk themselves for West Indies. It's happening football club versus country. I don't agree with that, Sheldon, because as I stated earlier, and I'm not going to repeat myself, every West Indies players right now, apart from Puran and Edmire, who should never get one, and I don't think he will take it if it is offered because of his pride. Every West Indian cricketer right now knows that West Indies is their best bet right now because of how poor they are. And as I said, if money improves their performances, Alex Marshall must talk to them. He must talk to them. He must. I can't answer the question because never is iffy for me. I am maybe. Okay. I thank you. Patrick David, good morning to you. Bless up, man. You think that Sammy and the president should go? I take your point. Jamaica Premier League said Mr. Casanova in Jamaica can get so much sponsorship even though we can't even qualify for Football World Cup. But West Indies can barely get one sponsorship. Let me try and analyze this, Mr. Casanova, and let me put it in perspective. I'm just using this name because it will provide the best illustration of the example that I want to make. So I'm just using the name. It has nothing to do with the individual. Akeem Agusti. He has a retainer contract for the West Indies Cricket Academy. He gets a contract with the International League T20. That franchise league will clash with the regional 50 over tournament. And on an individual basis, you will say the man will get 80,000 minus the taxes and so on. Because when they play in these leagues, they have to pay tax. When they play for West Indies, I think they don't pay tax when they pay for West Indies. I think that's the agreement with CARICOM and the government. So even in that sense, they make a better money playing for the West Indies. Less of their money is deducted when they play for the West Indies. So he goes to Abu Dhabi, UAE, wherever the ILT is playing, while the 50 over regional tournament is playing. A businessman sponsored Akeem Agusti. A businessman in his country in the Caribbean sponsored him. And he want to probably put his logo on Akeem Agusti's shirt for the regional Super 50, and he sponsored him. He take up his money and sponsored him. But Agusti is going to the International League T20, and in that league, he can't wear that man logo. He can't wear that business logo because it will breach copyright and all of those things. I hope you understand the point that I'm making. Persons are not going to pump money into West Indies cricket when West Indies can't agree the availability of players. I don't see a businessman who's going to pump money into West Indies cricket in a long-term, substantial way when West Indies can guarantee the availability of the players. The big companies in Jamaica who are sponsoring the Premier League can guarantee the availability of its players. And that's a big difference when it comes to sponsorship, Mr. Casanova. I hope the point that I made, it went around it went around and round and round, you know, but I hope you understand the point. How can Rutherford and Ethic can deny to play? Is this only money issue? I don't understand the question you're asking. Who was that? Sunil Kumar. I don't understand the question, so I can't react to it. Yes, thank you very much. Please hit the like button, said Athena. I don't understand the question. Yeah. In the 1970s, when English opener Jeff Boycott used to go to the Nets when he got out on the field. Well, if you listen, please listen to the show I did on Monday. It covers all of those things. My good friend Kervin Duncan, as I see Kervin Duncan here, I know Kervin Duncan is one always. So please remember to support our sponsors. I am wearing a COOFANDY shirt today. It looks good, really looks good here. The quality of the stream today is not as pretty as usual, but we'll sort that out another time. But this COOFANDY shirt really looks good. You can scan your QR code and you can buy one of these shirts from COOFANDY. Also, the link is in the video description, along with the Cricket Forum link, where you can visit the Cricket Forum stores and support the channel. Kervin Duncan say, yes, my friend, me good. I caught the ending of your last stream, and I must say the only reason I became a follower is because you're authentic, real, not fake. Thank you very much, Kervin Duncan. I try my best. I try my best. Thank you, Beth. I really look forward to you trying. Valerie, good morning. Thank you, Bit Shulka. I appreciate that very much, man. I thank you very much. I appreciate that. Big up yourself, Keith Aaron. How you doing, man? One love. I have to work before I get paid, so performance is key, said Steve Russell. Yes, and please hit the like button. Pernell Christie, good morning to you too. It's a pleasure having you here. Top of the morning to you, Ed Cam. It was a pleasure being here with you again this morning, and please remember, check out the COOFANDY store by scanning the QR code on the screen, or check out the link in the video description. Also, the Cricket Forum store in the video description. And coming up next week, Wednesday, the TV and Cricket Power Play and the Cricket Forum will be collaborating as we stream live those 3 over 70 matches from Jamaica. So look out for that. And remember, I am going to put up the poll to ask your permission whether or not I can stream the school challenge quiz on this channel. Yes, so I really look forward to that. I think West Indies tomorrow will do better than previous match if they play according to the merit of the balls. They need to do that. And you said that, you know that if West Indies win this match tomorrow, should West Indies win this match starting tonight Jamaica time, 11 p.m. Jamaica time, 12 midnight in the Eastern Caribbean and the US mid-course, if they win this match, there's a serious investigation a serious study need to be done by the University of the West Indies if they win this match. Should they, you know, go anywhere near and competitive, you know. So I thank you all. The current crop of West Indies cricketers don't care whether or not they lose games for the West Indies. They have no pride as a group. They lost all sense of pride. Yes, and I have said it, Pernell, that just have pride for yourself and your family. I don't want you to have pride for me. I don't want you to play for the people of the Caribbean. I don't want you to play for the badge. I don't want none of that from you. I don't want you to like us. I don't want you to respect us. I don't want you to wear West Indies cricket on your heart. I don't want that. I don't want none of that from you. Just go out there, play for yourself and your family, and do so with pride. Yes, do so with pride for yourself. Show us that you have some pride for yourself. Don't play for us. Don't play for us. Don't play for the people of the Caribbean. Don't. Play with pride for yourself and your family. Don't play for us, man. We don't want that. No, you don't have to respect us either. You don't have to like us. No, we don't want that, man. We don't care about that. What we care about is for you to go and play with pride for yourself and your family. Do that. Do that. Do that. That's all I can say. Play with your pride. If you can make more money part-time, why work full-time? Make your point, Sheldon. I don't know where you're going with that. I mean, you know, make your point. Make your point. Because make your point, Sheldon, so we can rip it apart. Because what you say is inconclusive. The world is not black and white. So make your point. Bring your point to the full extension in the next show so that I can rip it apart. Rip it apart, you know. So take care of yourself. Have a wonderful day, everyone. And see you. If I'm up tonight at 11, I'll definitely do a watch along. If West Indies is batting 4 a.m. tomorrow morning, I will also do a watch along. I will definitely do a watch along if West Indies is batting tomorrow morning. So take care of yourself. Take care of your loved ones. Scan the QR code.